it's the West All-Stars to start out. Now let's check out the starters for the East All-Stars. Durant is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Irving. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Westbrook in at the 2 spot. It's rebounded by the West. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And stolen by LeBron. A pull-up. Here's Davis. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
And stolen by LeBron. Here's Irving, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Irving's got his first points in this one.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper, first bucket of the day.
The defense just gave him that one, and you talk about starting on a high note. Didn't seem to respect his mid-range J there.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The West All-Stars shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And he makes the first.
Boy, DeRozan is a treat to watch. This guy is athletic, and he throws down some monster dunks. This dude is sick at the rim.
And so he hits both. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Westbrook kicks to Irving. He feeds it to James. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Now here's Harden, and Curry has it in the corner. Embiid the screen. He used that pick to perfection.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Durant against DeRozan. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. So the West ends up going with the new group. A big group substitution here for the East. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Anthony Davis. Paul George comes in for LeBron. Beal's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And it's Oladipo in for Irving. Thompson misses.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And George with the stuff.
Boy, the high-flying acrobatics of George, something to behold. When he leaves the ground for these alley-oops, you drop your jaw in awe.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Lillard attacking. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
And, you know, Damian Lillard has such a quick release. Excellent at getting his shot up and over the defense inside.
Drummond's checked in for the East. The West All-Stars shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. Now here's Beal. Pass to Oladipo. George sets a screen for Oladipo. Outside, George. Shot clock at 6. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got his second basket of the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
And it seems like they've been more than willing to crack down on those. Makes it tough to get as physical as you'd like to out there.
And so it's the East All-Stars, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We come back right after this. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the East All-Stars.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
Green is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Thompson. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Butler in at the threesome. So that's the West All-Stars 5 as we get into the second quarter. Beal the pass to Dragic. He kicks to Drummond. Beal from long range. Nailed from three-point land. Beal's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the East All-Stars. Passes to Thompson. Shoots over Beal. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Dragic the pass to George. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Al Horford, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Green. James Harden, he's checked in for Butler. And it's Lowry in for Damian Lillard. James checked in for the East. Russell Westbrook comes in for Bradley Beal.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And then for the East All-Stars, Davis is checked in for Drummond. Durant comes in for George. And Irving subbed in for Goran Dragic. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Antetokounmpo dishes to Lowry. Westbrook against Harden. That one drops for him.
So fun watching Harden operate inside near the rim. I mean, his confidence level is high, and he does a really good job getting ideal position.
Westbrook against Harden. Here's Durant, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one. And so here are the West All-Stars. A 12-point game. Picked by Horford. Here's Antetokounmpo. James with some nice D. 55 seconds left here in the second. DeRozan against Durant. The shot off that time. Down low. Here's Lowry. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lowry's got his first bucket in this one.
Hey, and you know, really, Antetokounmpo could look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
Here's Durant. Softly drops in the floater. Durant's got the lead up to 12 now for the East All-Stars. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. There's a screen. Horford with the screen on Durant. DeRozan against Durant. Horford with the screen on Irving. Lowry kicks to Horford. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. And a deep 3 from Curry. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Curry's got 5 points so far. And here's Walker outside. And so that's the end of the first half. East.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome. Right out of the gate, it was the East All-Stars setting the tone. Amped up and ready off the tip, they immediately went on an 11-4 run. They were hot as the first quarter came to a close, making all 5 of their last 5 shots of the period. And that should do it.
Now the third quarter after get going, we've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Davis is out there with LeBron James, and it's Durant. Then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Irving at the 1 spot. Antetokounmpo against James. Makes it off the glass. LeBron's got the first bucket of the third here for the East All-Stars.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. Killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
And Greg, that's exactly what they want. Get him into the offensive flow right away and then keep it going.
It's stolen by DeRozan. Curry is inside. He's covered by Irving. Embiid trying to break loose. Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Stephen Curry. Outside Westbrook. Durant against DeRozan, and Durant gets it to go.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
And there's the pass to DeRozan. Lays it up off the glass. DeRozan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018, but he knows the next step is becoming a better leader. He said, "Sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality, and as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader." Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you.
I mean, what can we say about Steph's jumper that hadn't already been said?
To the middle. And Durant sends it back. To the inside. And Irving with the basket on the assist by LeBron.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Knocked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. So for the West, Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Damian Lillard is subbed in for James Harden. And then for the East, Paul George comes in for Kevin Durant, and it's Dragic in for Irving. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Lillard with no one around. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Westbrook kicks to Dragic. The three-pointer, no good. Westbrook against Lillard. Again, the West All-Star.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
And so it's the East All-Stars heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. Damian Lillard out there with Thompson. Then there's Towns. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the 4 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the West All-Stars. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the East All-Stars.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
And they've also worked hard to get the ball inside. They haven't just settled. And they've hit a lot of high percentage shots in this game.
Towns, good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
They set the pick. Pass to George. And stolen by Butler. 17-foot shot on the way. Again, the West All-Stars.
You got to be more careful around Butler. I mean, he's terrific at bouncing over the opposition and taking the ball away.
Drummond passes to Walker. A three-pointer is right on target.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, what can they do? I mean, nobody can miss a shot. I mean, these guys are bringing it on offense right now.
Absolutely essential that they come right back and answer with that three of their own, and this gets the crowd energized.
Yeah, and the game as close as this one, every possession is critical. They've got to give as good as they get, and so far, that's been the case.
So for the West, Antetokounmpo's checked in for Towns. And it's James Harden in for Lillard. And then for the East, Kevin Durant comes in for George. And Irving subbed in for Kemba Walker. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, well, Dwayne Casey just going over the game plan with his team down the stretch. It was pretty clear cut to them. He said, look, we need to play with some edge out there. I don't care what the lead is. Do not back off.
Aldridge a screen. Durant just inside the line. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Here's the screen in the corner. Harden. And he uses the glass on the layup.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
Irving kicks to Durant. Some solid defense from Butler. On offense, here are the West All-Stars. They trail by 1 and stolen by Drummond. Durant with it, now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Drummond dishes to Oladipo. Irving sets a screen for Oladipo. Trying to get open is Irving. Here's Drummond, sinks it.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from James Harden. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
To the inside. It's deflected. Antetokounmpo passes to Curry. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
No question about it. Curry is on fire right now.
And the East All-Stars call time here. They trail by 2. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. 15 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Right side, DeRozan over Durant. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Well, if you're just joining us, this one has been a great one. We've got overtime action now, folks. So the East All-Stars will get the first possession. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court right now for the East All-Stars, they've got LeBron James. Russell Westbrook out there with Irving. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Durant in at the small forward position. There's the triple. That's in there. Davis with the assist. 14 points for Kevin Durant.
And that stroke of Durant, effortless. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
Count that one. The East All-Stars lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from Stephen Curry. DeRozan against Durant. And Westbrook gets it to go.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Here's DeRozan, and that one is good.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
DeRozan's gone 3 of 6 shooting from the field, 50% so far. On the wing, Irving. Feeds it to Embiid. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just one.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
Here's Westbrook. Count it!
They're having a lot of trouble dealing with Russell Westbrook. He's a handful.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. They're behind by 3. 46 seconds left in the first overtime. Here is Harden. It's DeRozan top of the key. Over Durant. No good off the front iron. And here's the East. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. James, the pass to Davis. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
So it gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Clock's ticking. They got to get up a shot.
No time to waste at all. Got to let it go fast.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 29 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Eight-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. And if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Here's Embiid, buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And you know Embiid wants the ball in these situations. He wants that shot. He wants to come through for his team.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Here's DeRozan. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They'd used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So the East All-Stars will get the first possession. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. So the East All-Stars win it. They had to scrape